fight, we came to win. We lost before, but never again. Back on our grind, you know what it is. Yeah, this is our year. Knock us down once, we got up again. Put in the work, so I know we gon' win. This is for real, we never pretend. We gotta win, win, yeah. I had to stop being base. Part of my dreams had to chase. You counted me out, I counted me in. Fell off before, but never again. They boxing me out, I never fit in. Never will fold, never could bend. Just wanna win, win.
各位新北国王的球迷们，欢迎你们在4月23号来到新庄体育馆。我是今天的主持人，球给彭尊的彭尊。
大家好，我是今天的主持人，我的名字叫汉弟力。大家给我跟彭尊一个最大的尖叫声吧 ，Come on！
Yeah！
没错，在我们这个4月呢，我们一同完成很多场的这个主题周赛事。
没错，
我们呢在本周呢也有一个主题周赛事，我们相当的荣幸邀请到我们 Garena 传说对决共同举办 Fight for More 的主题周。那我们结合共有5对5的竞技概念。通过精彩的活动以及比赛内容呢，我们将团结制胜的核心精神呢传导给我们所有的球迷、观众以及玩家们。
那一样呢，我们今天还是有非常多好礼要送给大家。第一个就是平等的票根呢，就可以领取 Garena 传说对决提供的虚宝卡，以及你们座位上的联名拍扇。那有机会呢，就会开出阿莱斯特热血篮球的造型以及篮球局的特效。那除此之外呢，周边之外呢，还有四个大的好礼，包含传说对决摊位。你们只要参加呢预测活动，每一节第一个得分的新北国王球员就有机会获得3800元的游戏点数。
所以我们每一节会选出1位，对不对？
对，会抽出1位，
总共有4位，是吧？
是的。
好的。
那第二个呢，在新北的城堡呢，任意5个不同的位置，55好团结的标志，只要你们找到这5个呢，就可以兑换限量的 T 恤。再来就是刚刚已经参加过的组队参加传说对决5对5竞赛，最终获胜的团队可以获得永久造型，特别的新北国王的造型，以及呢周边商品。那最后另外一个就是，只要你们在现场打卡，就可以获得限量联名钥匙圈的扭蛋机会1次，好不好？所以各种商品、各种活动，大家把握一下。
没错，就像彭尊刚才讲的呢，我们刚才上面呢已经选出我们今天5对5即刻对决 Garena 传说对决的这个优胜队伍，他已经获得我们这个永久的限量造型，是我们新北国王联名的。
没错，
对，还有我们这个限量衣服。那当然呢，除了我们 Garena 传说对决之外，和我们一同合作的，同样相当荣幸邀请到我们华美食品。那大家相信你们都非常熟悉啊，华美食品就是我们熟悉的小美冰淇淋来与我们同乐啦。那我们在本周呢，我们有在我们的门口有我们小美冰淇淋的应援摊位，我们只要闯关成功就可以获得我们小美的精美礼品。那我们在中场游戏将会准备的是我们的小游戏小美极速连线。那获胜者将会获得我们小美所准备的小美云雾系雪糕1箱。想要参加的朋友们千万不要错过。那讲到这么多的赞助厂商，老样子，同样要来欢迎我们的赞助厂商呢，是我们的2楼解锁任务。本周只要我们新北国王获胜，我们就可以享有全品项8折的优惠。那当然呢，除了我们的这个2楼解锁任务，还有我们的餐饮打狗霸。只要本周新北国王同样只要获胜，我们就可以到打狗霸2人同行，享有1人半价的优惠。好的，那最后呢，在比赛开始之前，不管是在网络、 电视机前面或者是在我们现场的观众朋友一定都迫不及待啦。那首先我们要先欢迎我们今天身穿比较特别的衣服，就是我们传说对决联名球衣的新北国王啦啦队 Chris 所带来的开场表演，大家尖叫声！
Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit work. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
Toot that thing up, mommy, make it roll. Once you pop, lock it for me, girl, get low. If your mama gave it to you, baby girl, let it show. Once you pop, lock, drop it for me, maybe we can roll. Oh, watch it. Watch it. Come on, watch it, watch it. Watch it. Come on, watch it, watch it. I'm just about to bust a move. I don't want no minute man. Ooh, put me up, show me what you got, 'cause I don't want no one. Put me up, show me what you got, 'cause I don't want no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy.
尖叫声，给我们新北国王啦啦队 Chris。
今天主场球队新北国王再次面对新竹街口工程师，双方球员早已准备就绪，复仇之战正式开打。首先为各位介绍新竹街口工程师，5号宋宇轩，6号陈坚恩，9号田浩，11号肖顺义，12号李佳瑞，36号林怡辉，52号荣义生，54号吴代豪。接下来介绍先发5人：4号高国豪，7号法师，8号朱云豪，24号郭少杰，35号辛巴。总教练林冠伦，15力教练沈星汉，训练师黄胜富，防护员黄建元、欧博宏，影片分析师于基仁，总经理高景言，领队 Lisa 姐。请接下来把你们的目光移至上方大屏幕，拿起你们排排扇，跟着节奏。接下来进场的是新北国王 ，Number 2。 来自台湾师大苏喜林世轩。Number 11，国王探花，左手怪杰，可以接洪凯杰。Number 7，观众哪爱看，小丽林丽人。Number 3，来自国立体大，小敏陈俊南。Number 10，禁卫军弓箭手，微笑射手兼佑哲。Number 28，混血王子射手 Steve 张文平。Number 1，侧翼高炮台 Mason 李盈峰。Number 25，来自政治大学 Omar 小 Q 聂欧马。接下来为各位介绍先发5人 Starting 5。Number 24，关键大心脏小胖洪志善。Number 34，禁卫军大手DeAndre Liggins。Number 33，最强居酒屋老板杨新志。Number 50，禁卫军门神 Q Quincy Davis。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. We're 80% of the way through the regular season and the jostling for playoff seeding continues. We have on hand the rematch of last Sunday's overtime bout, the Hsinchu Lioneers against the new Taipei Kings here in Xingzhuang Gymnasium. Earlier, the Dreamers beat the Braves by 37 after last week beating the Kings here by 39, a second season high. For the first time in 6 weeks, 3 teams are within 1 game of the top seed. And the Kings, after losing both games last weekend, and now only a half game ahead of the Lioneers and a full game ahead of the Braves. I'm Ryan Chen, your English play-by-play, joined by Kai Shu on this broadcast.
Hello everyone, I'm Kai.
This is kind of a special occasion because on the weekend, the CPBL baseball and Plus League basketball games going on at the same time at the same address. On screen now is the Mandarin broadcast. On the left is Aaron Yang Zhenlei and Eddie 张耀宗。球迷朋友们，您找到了英文的转播，要看中文的转播，当然按中文的转播连接。但谢谢你的观看，记得按赞。Well, anyway, so the Fubon Guardians will tip off at 5:05, while the Kings game, the broadcast started at 5 p.m. here, but tomorrow it'd be interesting if anybody wants to do a double dip with a 2 p.m. first pitch by 5 p.m. first tip here. After the loss to the Lioneers, the Kings printed the image of Simbular holding the 50 piece on screen. Yang Xinzi with some thoughts on that.
蛮特别的，就是因为贴了好几张。那我们其实也知道，就教练给我们，就是激励我们，就让我们看到这张照片，知道说他在对我们的时候拿50分，那也是跟我们激励这场要把它就是守住，然后拿下胜利这样。哦，就是像我们其实上周的练球，这周的练球其实都是有在针对就是辛巴的部分在做演练。那当然就是能希望就是这场比赛能把我们演练，就是教练给我们交代的东西演练好，把布拉的攻击给限制住。
Yang Xinzi, number 33, slated to be part of the starting lineup, mentioning that the coaching staff and the team has made extra preparations to defend Simbular, see if they can prevent him from another record-setting performance. 50 outdoing his own teammate Nick Faust's 45 then 47, but Sim Bullard, not an easy guy with as many imports as you can have.
That's right. Sim Bullard is one of the most unguardable center that we have ever seen in this league. And I think people who watch him play, obviously size-wise, he's uncontested, right? There's no one who can match up with him. But I think the most crucial part of his game is his recognition of scoring opportunities. He's always in the lane. He's not fast, but he's always looking to score. And kudos to all the guards from Lioneers, guys like Tian Hao, guys like Gao Guohao, who's been feeding him a lot lately.
Here is Oscar Gao Guohao.
那这是也是非常好一个荣幸嘛，那就是很开心可以在球场上可以跟他一起打球。那因为他打过 NBA， 也可以在他的身上学到一些不同的技巧，或是防守的，因为他毕竟是防守出来的，那可以从他的防守的一些观念概念去让自己看到自己缺乏的地方，可以从他身上学习这样子的。但一开始虽然就是非常煎熬啊，那就是从自己让低潮起，然后这样慢慢起来。我觉得就有还是平常回去训练，然后就是找出问题，那跟队友包括教练团的就是沟通，然后把自己的问题都找出来。对啊。
On social media, DeAndre Liggins commented his praise for Oscar, calling him the best young guard in the league, and Oscar thanking him for it and also recognizing DeAndre Liggins' experience in the NBA and his career might be something for him to learn from. Well, when it comes to Sim Bullard's performance, 50 points, 32 rebounds. The points is a record in the league. Now, going up against Quincy Davis, who himself played a decent game with 24 points, 11 rebounds, but pushed to the starting lineup where they wish to keep him coming off the bench. Still going to be a tremendous challenge for the Kings without Thomas Wells for another period.
That's right. That's a necessary sacrifice the Kings have to make if Thomas isn't available to be playing. And that's a huge shame because Quincy Davis has been their huge secret weapon in the fourth quarter this whole season. We all know how important it is to hold down the paint, and have someone like Quincy Davis who has the experience to do that is just it's so precious for the Kings.
They do like to play two bigs, as they might call them, including Yang Xinzi or Li Yingfeng, especially against Sim Bullard, have helped sent his way with a bigger body. Not that they're that much of a challenge to Sim Bullard. Meanwhile, the Lioneers themselves trying to continue their 6-game winning streak, which is the current active high, trying to equal and then surpass the Braves, who won 7 in a row, then previously the Kings, who won 7 in a row. But their shooting from the outside is dipping a little bit, so they're gonna have to find that smooth offense from before.
That's right. In their the recent couple games, you can see that the opposing teams have kind of figured out their gameplay, which is to feed Bullard in the paint. And when he creates opening for his teammates, they get open shots. And guys like Zhu Yunhao, Oscar, really took advantage of those open shots opportunities and really made their opponents pay. But you can see opposing teams making adjustments. And it's really interesting to see Greg and the Lioneers to see if they can figure out to get rid of this shooting slump.
So what I'm referring to is in the last 2 wins, they shot under 30% from 3-point range. They do score more than 95 points in every one of their games on this winning streak, but have only held their opponents under 90 points 1 time. Meanwhile, for the Kings, they did lose the last game, but they had a pretty hot shooting game, making 18 threes to the Lioneers 8, good for 42, 43%. And that will still be a key as a smaller team. Now the Kings' season average is 12.9 made threes, giving up 9.8. Only higher than the Dreamers, who give up 9.1 made threes per game. Now another note about the Kings that we haven't highlighted yet is their starting point guard, Li Kaiyin. Kyle is out for this game. He's 4th in the team in points, 4th in the team in rebounds, 1st in the team in assists, and 1st in the league overall in steals. So his loss might even be an even bigger factor
That's right. He's averaging 13 points, 6 boards, and almost 6 assists per game now. Kyle is so important to this team. He runs all the plays. He basically dictates their offense and defense for most of the time.
Now the Lioneers starting lineup is Oscar, next to Zhu Yinghao, Guo Shaojie, Nick Faust, and Sin Bular. Meanwhile, for the Kings, they'll be starting for, this is the first time, Venti, Hong Si-san, next to Amigo, Liggins, Yang Xinzi making his 15th start, and Quincy Davis only making his 4th start of the season. Yang Xinzi, so far on the season, has only played 25 minutes, which is his high mark. That was back in game 25. Last outing against the Lioneers, didn't have a great one. 19 minutes, 3 fouls, 0 for 2 from the field, but they're going to count on him as they're very thin at point guard as Kyle's not able to play.
Right. Venti is definitely not as explosive as Kyle is now, but what he has is experience and shot-making ability that I believe is even better than Kyle. So I think it's really interesting because Venti can definitely have a good game, have a big game here, but we'll see.
Not in the starting lineup, but Lin Yifei and Li Jiarui are registered on the active roster for this game. In fact, the Lioneers have been playing a little bit shorthanded. In the last 3 games, only 11 on their active roster. The last time Li Jiarui played was game 59 on March 25th, which happens to be the last time they lost.
Right.
Meanwhile, Lin Yifei's last game was game 38 against the Pilots, where he got in that altercation with Devin Robinson, and he's only coming off the bench for the 2nd time this season. So they're going to stick with Zhu Yinghao and Guo Shaojie, who've been playing well in their absence. And the Xiaomei executive with our ceremony first tip. This game going to be officiated by number 5, Lai Jianzong, who is the crew chief for this crew. Lioneers in their dark jerseys, Kings in their yellow set. We're ready to go. Sin Bular tipping to Guo Shaojie, and we are off. Kings did get to an 18-point lead in the 3rd quarter of their last matchup. Zhu Yinghao left open in the corner, buries the 3. Good start for the Lioneers. Zhu Yinghao's been playing very well. 19, 21, and 20 points are his highs during this winning streak. Maybe not a great shooting performance last game, but took 20 shots, so he's feeling confident. The team is working with him, and now gets the steal. Amigo turnover on the baseline. Good shot by Faust, clanks out.
You know, Zhu Yinghao really benefited from the pick and roll with Oscar and Bullard. That created a lot of opportunities for him.
Amigo answers with his 3. Amigo is definitely going to be a big key. 35 points in their last matchup.
Amigo is still hot as ever from the outside.
Again from the corner, Yinghao, another one.
He can't stop. He won't stop.
Like to shoot from top, but these corner 3s are going to be a killer if the Kings are going to double every time. Now, Guo Shaojie on the break with a lay-in. Right now, a little bit of a game plan error, and now a hustle error by the Kings, and start this one off. Maybe Liggins will run the point some more. Over to Quincy Davis, his 3 is short. Fouls, fancy dribble, and the lay-in. And Ryan Marchand staying calm, and he'll let the guys play a little bit longer. Lioneers up by 7 in the early goings. Lioneers with their zone. As Amigo from the mid-range bounces out. Oscar on Ligon. This time the Kings cover it, but a fancy dribble move. Pass to Salja, his three, got it. And there's the timeout from the Kings as a hot shooting start for the Lioneers is how this one gets started.
I think the Lioneers heard you talking about them dipping with the three-point shooting.
So much for that. We'll go to our first break of the game back after this. Likes are always appreciated. Be sure to leave one on the stream. The Hsinchu Lioneers off to a hot start, making 3 of 4 3-pointers and jumping out to a 10-point lead. But I think maybe a little bit more concerning is the 2 fast break layups that they got on the Kings.
That's right. The Lioneers have really mastered this style of play where even without Bollard, they're still able to score in transition. And I think the biggest contributor is Oscar and Faust. These are two really good speedy guards with great engine and great passing vision. So it's really tough to guard against them in open in transitions.
Consecutive screens, Amigo steps up to a shot, he hits it. The only King so far to get on the scoreboard. Greenhouse's deep three, bouncing out. Don make a few in the preseason right here. Ligon short with his. Lots of Bullard, deep positioning, rest the shot, and that's the follow-up. Easy work there. And the other way, Yunhao with the early foul against Hsinchu. That's what you got to do, especially because the Lioneers kind of have given up a lot of playing another center with Bullard. Either it's Wu Daihao or Rong Yi-sun. So everybody's got to be sharp on the defense, but for their opponents, your 4 or 5 players got to take advantage in transition.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's part of the... I think that's part of the reason why Coach Marchand has been playing Yang Hsinchu. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not some, big man stopper or anything like that, but he's got great energy off the bench.
Oscar working with Bullard's screen. Steps up for his 2. It's a miss. On the other side, J78 says in the game, there is Amigo with a transition lay-in. Amigo, 3-game shooting in the scoring in the 30s. The last season, he only scored 30 points in the opening game, so pretty much the clear-cut favorite for league MVP. Nick Faust missing his 3-point shot. This time, Guo Shaojie called for the foul. Ligon's being aggressive. Early goings, but no substitutions yet for the Lioneers. Venti will inbound. The 36-year-old, former member of the Fubon Braves back when they were in the SBL and the ABL. Amigo steps through, right-handed floater. Davis tips it in. Now the Kings down by 6.
Little suspicion of goaltending, maybe.
Oscar driving left alone, blows the layup. One of those, you're too open. Liggins gave him the foul in transition. So one thing that the Kings showed us in their weekly YouTube videos is that Liggins stayed the longest after the game and was quite frustrated at himself and getting instructions from his coaches that he can be aggressive and he might need to turn that up a little bit.
Right, and Liggins is no doubt a great defensive player. He's a great addition to this Kings squad. But I think the team really expected a little bit more out of him. You know, they want him to be not just a shot maker, but also a facilitator. And I think for the most part, he's done that whenever he's played. So I think the bigger test will be how he really performs in the playoffs, right?
A replay of Quincy Davis's putback. That's way above the cylinder to me. Liggins hits 2 of 2 at the line. The deficit is now 4. 3 team fouls by the Lioneers, none by the Kings. In a box set, Oscar going one-on-one against JJ, throws one up. Tough shot. And Gorsuch with the rebound. Nick Faust missing the layup. Quincy Davis, long rebound, 2 on none. And Amigo with another transition lay-in. And the Lioneers now call timeout. So the Kings are kind of gambling, sending a few of their wing players up ahead, leaving Quincy Davis to go fight for that rebound, sometimes one-on-one against Sim Bular, but it's paying off. Amigo does average the most points among all Kings players, 20.7, which is 8th best in the league. And certainly easy to score points when you're undefended, one-on-one, 1-on-0 at the basket.
For sure. I think Lioneers' strategy of just playing zone defense and daring them to shoot is really working out for them. Kings have been a little bit hesitant on taking like those shots early, and you can see, you know, Lioneers really just they played a pretty good defense early on in the season. You know, they had Bular stacking off on everyone, and that caused quite a bit of issue for them. But nowadays they seem to have figured out and struck that balance. You know, having Bular just playing pretty much no defense unless it's in the paint. But, you know, all the other guys are getting very active on the court, and that's really what you like to see as a Lioneers fan.
Amigo last season averaged 13.4 points per game, and this year bumping it up to 20 is quite an improvement. If we were to borrow some other basketball topics, I think it's a little bit silly that John Morant's in the running for most improved player when he was so crazy good last season too. But that's kind of how it goes statistically.
Yeah, I thought that's what they say, right? Sophomore players don't win most improved player of the year award, right? So, but I guess it really it comes down to narrative, right? All these awards are narrative based. And so, you know, I can't really argue with that because Ja really had a significant improvement over the year.
Well, in our case, I think would it be a little bit too much if Amigo won MVP and most improved player? I mean, he was a Plus League all-team player last year. Anyways, back to the action. Lioneers up by 2. Sim and Faust on the pick and roll. That one poked away, and Faust gets it back. And Bular would put back dunk. Lioneers definitely went away from Faust and Bular on the same side, but go to it there. Liggins left alone, but he just fires it to Amigo under the basket. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Liggins flung out of bounds. They say he slipped out of the hand.
And a great play by Oscar, really. like even though Liggins seemed to have slipped, let go of the ball by himself, but Oscar really put in a ton of pressure in there, forced a turnover.
And Bullard down low, getting the foul. Quincy Davis hopping up and down. That might be his best vertical of the year, but it's going to be the first foul on cue. And look at that one. Not that time, the second time. And Bullard completes the three-point play as we get a substitution. Steve-O Zhang Wenping will check in for Venti. So we did say without Kyle, maybe Liggins will run the point a lot, or maybe Amico will run the point a lot.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing how the Kings would play out in the playoffs with these, you know, remaining regular season games.
Lioneers showed 1-3-1, now in a little bit more conventional 2-3. Liggins to Steve-O, deep three. Long rebound out to Amigo. Ping pong the ball around. Liggins short with his three. The other way, Faust leaves that layup short. So dynamic in transition, but hasn't gotten a couple as Amigo punishes them with his three.
You know, when Faust had that transition fast break, he was 1v3. But what the Kings did was they gave him the mid-range shot. They left him open in mid-range.
Well, the alley-oop, maybe you up the difficulty does better.
Yep.
JJ in the corner against his Shueti, missing the three. The Kings off to only a 2 for 8 3-point shooting start. Saojie teaching him how it's done, making another one. Right now the Lioneers having a lot of fun as we see Li Yinghui will get to the scorer's table to check in. JJ tries again, nails it.
Again, a knockdown shooter. Probably one of my favorite shooters in the league right now. Just so smooth with the stroke.
Foul call earlier. It's going to be on Steve-O. Get another look. Guo Saojie getting another start for himself. While Li Jiarui and Li Yinghui has been out, he's averaged 25 minutes played and 13.5 points per game. He'll go to the bench for the aforementioned Li Yinghui. Back from his suspension, back from his injury. Oscar flings it up to Sim. Good pass. Lioneers in this game, in this first quarter, already have 7 assists. Quincy Davis takes the fadeaway shot, nails it. Not a typical shot in his arsenal, but that's what you got to do against Sim Bular.
Yeah, that's right. And Quincy Davis does have that repertoire to complete those moves. And those are rare in Plus League.
Nick Faust missing at the basket. Quincy Davis shows off the crossover and the Euro step. Not usually in his arsenal either.
Yeah, that's a little giant slayer down there.
Deep pass and another and one opportunity. Might be on Liggins the foul this time.
Ooh, Bullard is signaling the too low gesture. But again, back to our original point, right? Kings without Thomas Welsh, it's really hard to play against this Lioneers team without your starting center. As good as Quincy Davis is, he's not in his prime, to put it mildly. And also, just the whole, Bullard is pretty much on a roll right now. It's really hard to stop him when he's so unguardable in the paint.
That's been the case this whole season. He's first in the league in points, first in the league in rebounds. Number 25, Omar, is in the game. As Xiao Sui comes in for Zhu Yinghao. He's also played well. Recent days, 26 minutes per game, 8 points per game.
Yeah, with the limited minutes that Coach Marchand has given him, he's actually played some pretty solid defense.
Hongkai brings up the early shot and gets it to go. In front of former teammate Tian Hao, number 9, fresh in the game. Both of those guys part of Zhenzi University, as there's a off-the-ball foul. It's going to be on Omar. You know how you say it's kind of funky going up against a lefty? Hongkai KJ is the epitome of that.
Oh yeah,
as demonstrated by that last shot.
He took full advantage of that. Just betting on the fact that he wouldn't expect him to shoot that way.
Now Ryan getting the foul. Liggins was the primary defender. Showing that he's recovered from the injuries and he's ready to go. That's the kind of physical style that Li Yinghui is going to bring to the game.
Yeah, that's right. You know, when that incident happened, like a lot of people were quick to jump on him, but he's actually been one of the better low post players on this Lioneers squad, and they sorely needed him. You know, even though they've won 6 in a row, but in the playoffs, when everything slows down, you kind of need that post player to create something out of nothing for you. And I think, you know, Li Yinghui is going to be, you know, a great contributor for this young Lioneers team.
Now Wu Daihao in at center, and let's see if the Kings go to the basket some more. Just like that, pick and roll. Oh! Too strong with the lefty finger roll. Missed layup at one end. And a Wu Daihao layup on the other, but he blows it too. Quick in transition. Oh, KJ with the up and under. That's a pretty one. And the rookies quickly got 4 points on the board with a chance at the line.
After 2 botched layups, that was beautiful.
Now, interesting substitution in as number 2 Sushi's in for Liggins. This time with the right hand. That one looking a little bit more soothing, eye-pleasing, more conventional. Well, missed layup, and now Ling Sishin out of Normal University going up against Tian Hao at the point. Dagger screen later, they're going to go for the mismatch. Ryan at the high post. Missing the layup. And now they say it's off of Ryan. Out of bounds, so. Kings with a chance to cut the deficit, currently at 5.
Well, so this is the type of game where guys like Sushi, guys like Steve-O, or even like Omar, you know, who often just roll the end of the bench. This is the time for them to prove themselves.
Another good pick and roll. Omar this time will go to the line. This time Xiao Sui underneath him, called for the foul. In the last game, Omar played 14 minutes, scored 4 points, committed 3 fouls. He did get 5 rebounds, which would be a season high for him.
Yeah, he's played better, and I think just based on eye test, he's been a better player than when he's drafted, and I think that's a huge improvement for him, at least for his year 1, you know, pro career.
Fouls. Driving on KJ with a lane, this time blowing the right-handed reverse layup. Game's going quickly. KJ with the runner. And now it's just a 2-point game. Moving down the middle, missing the alley to foul. Loose ball, 3 seconds left. Let's see if they notice. And no, it's a foul in transition. And right now, Coach Greg is irate. There will be bonus free throws for the Kings. Number 11. Xiao Sun-Yi with his second personal. The other Lioneer with 2 fouls is Guo Shaojie, who's already on the bench. Makes them both, so all tied up at 32. Yeah, heaves the 3-quarter. No good. We'll head to the first, second quarter break. All tied up.
等一下呢，注意一下我们的大荧幕，要跟大家玩 Chen 哦。是小杰跟威廉吗 ？Hello， 欢迎你们来到星光体育馆。Hello， 可以跟击个掌，跟旁边的朋友击个掌。Nice。Yeah。哎，是郭靖吗？叶信成。Hello， 欢迎你们来。Hello。李佳薇也来了 ，Hello， 欢迎你们。哇，今天非常多艺人朋友都到现场跟我们共襄盛举，来跟旁边的嗨翻一下。Nice 哦。嗨翻一下，嗨翻一下。666杀起来。嗨翻一下，嗨翻一下 ，nice！ 哎，要理一下自己的小朋友，嗨翻一下。Yeah，hello， 欢迎你们来。
Arena of Valor, 传说对决 is the theme weekend here with the New Taipei Kings. I had to look it up, Kai, because I personally don't have any experience, but Arena of Valor, released in 2016, multiplayer battle arena for the mobile especially, which is kind of cool because opposite to them, the Lioneers have that theme weekend with 宅男打篮球, and that's very popular with the Lioneers fans. So it's really cool seeing the teams kind of comic book up or maybe incorporate some video game elements to transform their basketball players. Amigo will start things off on the bench. As currently all 5 players on the court for the Kings are bench players. Meanwhile, you got starters plus Elliot Tan.
Just look at Oscar. You know, he knows that Sushi is not only a rookie, but he's also not very experienced. So he's just fully pressing on and picked up a foul.
The referee did let a few early shoves go as Sushi, working with Omar, takes the elbow jumper. Oh. All players need to make sure they can hit their jump shots in their development. Kings denied the early transition for the Lioneers, so pick and roll. Early foul. No, they're going to call double dribble on Oscar, so a couple mistakes in a row by the sophomore. While the Kings get to bring in Amigo. You see the dribble move. So a couple possessions of rest. And Amigo's back in, working with the Omar screen. Takes the deep three, short on the rim. Passed out to Saojie, his three, clanks. Down low, Amigo fell down, got back up. And KJ airballs the layup. Thought he got hit from behind. Elliott getting his first run in the game. Over to Sim, they have to foul. Elliott's kind of underrated in the pick and roll, especially if he's able to work with a big. Last year with Hashim to beat, this time Sim Bular.
Yeah, that's right. Even for the 50-point game that Bular had last week, the last bucket that Bular had was from a pass from Elliott. It was a alley-oop pass, and that was a beautiful pass. I think that's one of the most underrated part about Elliott's game. He's obviously a shooter, but he's also got some really good, passing abilities that I think, Coach Greg should try to expand more on,
And a perfect 2 for 2 is Sim Bular. Now Amigo is going to be called for the offensive foul with his arm hook of Oscar. And we see it there. That's the move. And the back and forth is going to happen, but when Amigo's going to do that move, it's too easy to call.
Yeah, it's never allowed to hit.
The other way, it's Oscar.
I was going to say it's never allowed to elbow someone or hit someone in the upper body part. But, Oscar just getting a taste of his own medicine, kind of.
Sushi trying for three. Got it. Number 2, Ling Sishin. Now with 5 points. Yuhao with a fancy crossover and the lay-in. One of those classic modern players where you shoot from the outside, then you start developing your drive game, and saw a good example there.
That's right.
Now Amigo with a post-up opportunity. No good. And there's an offensive rebound by Sushi. KJ's three off to the right, and Omar, good effort, but Sim Bular, 7'5" is too much.
Yeah, there's really nothing else you can do against him.
Again, Elliott and Sim on the pick and roll. Saojie loses the basketball. Devo avoided stepping out of bounds. It's going to be numbers for the Kings. Omar, short at the rim. And they're going to call a charge. Might be kind of a little bit of a rookie call there.
Oh, yeah.
Elliott, the one taking the blow.
It's a 50-50 for me. Elliott wasn't entirely, his motion didn't entirely stop, but yeah.
Oscar's going to come out for Tian Hao. Sim on the post. Elliott in the corner. And Nick Faust from an odd angle. That's going to be called out of bounds. That would have been an extremely difficult alley-oop to execute.
Oh, yeah. He forced one up there.
Well, those early guard fouls, right now the Kings with 3 and the Lioneers with 2. Omar not even looking for his own shot. Shoot the set shot, 2 bounces and out. Number 7, Ling Liren's in the game with the wet headband as Sim powers his way to 2 points. Kings with only Sushi's 3 points so far. Ling Liren strong with the 3. Nick Faust, unfortunately, saving it to a King. JJ, no look to Omar. Now Xiaoli, early layup missing. And more Kings offense, so the Lioneers can't secure the basketball yet. He goes 3, no. And of course, it's the shortest player on the court to get the rebound, Tien Hao.
Of course. And that was a wasted possession by the Kings, multiple possessions, and that really hurts.
Tien Hao with a fancy spin, but blowing the layup. He'll get another chance, but missed a golden opportunity. The nice fake.
That's right. That was almost a great play. You know, for the past 3 minutes, it just seemed like both teams were getting great looks, but they just weren't converting those into baskets, and that's a shame.
Substitutions to get Liggins in. Quick possession for Sim, tied up by Xiaoli, but will get the and one. So if you don't get him the first time, you're pretty much dead in the water.
And that's what happens when you have Ling Liren guarding Sim Bolar right there. That's just a total mismatch.
He came over with the help and was too late, as Omar was already backing off.
Yep.
Will be the 4th foul on Omar, unfortunately for him.
And you know, in Chinese, we have a saying, you know, 缴学费, right? So they're basically just there to try to gain experience. So I don't fault Omar too hard there, but he's gonna put more effort into it in future references.
Otherwise, he put his hands down the first rebound, and then he fouled on the second rebound. Yodian, not worth it.
Yeah.
So Lioneers now in their shell defense. As the Kings get Liggins open on the corner, but out with that 2-pointer. Nick Faust, another fancy finish, but passes a little bit off the line. So by my count, 3 missed alley-oops. And Fenty,
very ambitious of Tien Hao there.
Finally, the Lioneers secure the rebound. Nick Faust missing the layup. Tien Hao with a fancy transition pass, but it's just a wasted opportunity as Amigo from the corner, no good. Quincy Davis tracks down another offensive rebound, and I feel like I'm repeating myself. Fenty's 3 is all net.
Finally.
As the Kings pull back to within 2. A little bit of a delay of game, but we get another look at Nick Faust. Almost too close to the rim there. Right now, 13 offensive rebounds in this game. Out of bounds, Quincy Davis guarding Sim Bular. He's gonna throw it in from the baseline. Foul on Amigo. Lefty reverse is good. Xiaoli getting a lot of minutes in this one. We'll have to look up his high minutes played this second season. Did make 9 points in the Dreamers game. Running low on time, Fenty almost swirled it in. Quincy Davis getting the goaltending on Sim. Ball off the backboard.
Yeah, earlier in the game, we talked about how Lioneers struggled from the deep last game, and the Kings, on the other hand, were shooting really, really hot from beyond the arc. This game, it's a totally different story. Lioneers came out hot.
Xiaolia, excuse me, with the 3, calming things down for the Lioneers as the Kings throw it away. Disconnection from Liggins and Amigo.
You know, I think they need a timeout here. They're just kind of breaking down offensively, despite getting a lot of open looks. I feel like they need to try to like recalibrate how they run their offense right now.
Xiao Sun-yi on the reverse. Doesn't get the bounce. Zimbular poked out of bounds by Liggins. Now, at this point of the season, would you say Zhou Yunhao has at least made it back to a top 3 Rookie of the Year candidate? Obviously, Chen Youwei far ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely up there. I mean, even
turnover by the Lioneers. There's Amigo missing at the rim, and they call a foul on the follow-up.
Right. So even though Zhou Yunhao is only averaging like what 6 points, 7 points per per game, but the last few games, those scoring outbursts, prove that he's a capable wing player, and most importantly, capable starter for a Plus League team. So I think he definitely deserves to be up there.
Xiao Sun-yi will get taken out. 3 personal fouls. DeAndre Liggins stepping up to the line. So far in the game, 2 points on 2 free throws. He's already got 8 rebounds and 4 assists. So helping out in other ways. In the overtime game against the Lioneers, he ended up getting a cramp in his thigh or his hamstring during regulation in the last couple possessions, and figured out a way to play through 5 minutes of overtime. So incredibly inspiring performance despite the loss. 1 for 2 there. Linghui back in the game as Nick Faust launches from 3, rattles it home. Nick Faust with his first made 3 of the game. Amigo and Xiaoli as on the drive. There's a foul. They call it on Zhou Yunhao. I mean, it's a serious question. Who has the longest range in the Plus League? Nick Faust, Xiaolia, even a guy like Liu Zhenlu or Elliott have pulled their 3-point shots way back, way deep.
I think those are all deserving candidates, but I want to raise one person. I want to point out this one person, Randall Walko. He's had a great ton of range as well, and he's really knocking down those like open shots when it matters. So yeah, Randall Walko, a guy to look out for in the future. Oh, not in the future, now, in the present.
The Dreamers trounce the Braves, who were playing short-handed, as Ryan is called for the charge. This time Liggins giving him the space and getting the foul and the turnover.
And personally, I don't know about that one. But I do understand where it's coming from. There's some contact, but I don't necessarily agree with that
Meanwhile, Liggins on the other end buries the corner 3. So down their point guard, starting point guard, down their center. The Kings still in this one, down by 2. tries from 3. Is short as Yunhao in a heap on the Lioneers baseline. Quincy Davis with a two-handed slam as Yunhao might be dealing with something in the arm or the elbow. Referees grant him a timeout. Couple Kings over there. You give him a look. He's up now. As the mob bowler to put in a lot of extra work there. JC Yunhao losing the left foot balance.
I think he slipped.
Looks like a slip to me around the low block. So unfortunately for them, the Kings able to tie the game up in transition. So hopefully he's okay. His right arm is still held up as the Lioneers will take a little time to get readjusted.
Nobody execute. I call team twice. Small team post twice. 没有人在执行。Ball screen.
So Greg in his Lioneers timeout.
So we're gonna go Venti.
Asking for the players to execute the plays they call.
The 3. Q. Set this little flare for Venti. Venti, you just go to the top, really high. About 3 steps. Q after you set the flare. Down, get a good angle, corner pick and roll. Migo, as you come off, Q, read it. Pop, you might have, Migo, you might have Q in the corner, or a quick dive. Dre, as he's coming off, set this flare for JJ over the top, and then space, okay? Here we go. Hey, stay aggressive. We got 3 minutes. Here we go. Kings on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Meanwhile, on the King side, Coach Marchand setting up an option play. That's definitely something coaches have made an emphasis for, giving the players options, so that same play might work 2 or 3 times down the floor.
Right. Because it doesn't matter how good you are at adjusting gameplay-wise as a coach. Ultimately, all the decision-making comes down to the players. So it's better for them to get adjusted and get used to making those decisions early on in the season than in the playoffs.
A post-up screen and roll leaves Guo Shaojie 3, and he hits the rainbow. That shot is just looking better and better every week.
Yeah, and that was a really underrated acquisition from the Lioneers in the offseason to get Guo Shaojie.
Meanwhile, JJ misses the corner shot. And Lioneers able to finish at the rim. So 5-0 run by the Lioneers out of the timeout. Venti and Liggins. It's Liggins. That time playing the 2-man game with a numbers advantage.
You know, that play really just showed how much the Kings love their threes. You know, Quincy Davis had an open look in the paint against Oscar in front of him, but he passed it out and resulted in a 3.
Faust with the long strides blows another layup. 5-on-3 as Amigo to Venti, his 3 off the mark. And JJ will be called for the holding. While Quincy Davis has some words with the referee.
And there's no question, JJ pulled him.
Now that is a dangerous foul to take though, because against the player but not against the basketball can be called an unsportsmanlike, and in a tight game like this you can't really give 2 possessions on the same play. We've got a timeout first. Thanks for watching Plus League Basketball. We'll be back after this.
的来抽出刚刚有预测我们第1位得分的球员是我们的敏哥杨敬明，我们来看看究竟我会抽出哪一位神准的预言家在我们的第1节呢？我们抽出的这位是 A1 2区 K 牌43号的这位朋友。A1 2区 K 牌43号，恭喜你获得我们传说对决新台币3290元的等值点券。
Next week is the last Lioneers home game on the regular season on Friday. And over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the Steelers host their last home games of the season. Be sure to snatch those tickets and make some noise while you're out there. Before the timeout, G78 committed the foul against Oscar in transition. And we see Mike Bruzowicz hanging out by the Lioneers bench. Made his debut last week against the Kings. Probably still getting into condition. Played 26 minutes. Scoring 12 points and 6 rebounds. We'll look to see what else he brings to the Lioneer squad.
So I think he's shown some flashes, you know, as a shooter. He's also shown some ability to drive and kick, which I think is really crucial because they really need these type of like tall wings in order to compensate their disadvantage in height.
Now Oscar finally on the board. And the scramble, Liggett buries the 3 from the right side. Just like that, tied at 54. Chen at the high post. Ryan, his mid-range butter. Lioneers with 6 points on the game in his return. Bill Michelle, Venti passes off of Oscar's active hands. 6 seconds left as Hall, good sign to see him check back in the game.
You know, one of the things that I feel like the Lioneers have been doing much better than they were earlier in the season is their zone defense.
Higgins forces one up. Hall with the rebound.
They're so much more disciplined in their half-court zone defense now than they were before.
Pass is short. Quincy Davis with the interception. Up ahead, Domingo back to Q. Gonna be a foul first by Lioneers.
That was a great foul and a clean one as well.
Tapping up Davis before he steps up to the line. We see turnover on one end leads to a fast break on the other. The second personal foul on Ryan. Davis bouncing out the free throw. He's actually leading the Plus League in three-point percentage, believe it or not, at 44.7%. Already got 10 points and 7 rebounds in this one, as he leaves the second one way short. No points in that trip for the Kings, as Oscar with a horn set, trying to bully his way to the basket. Gonna get a foul. Gonna be on JJ. Now look, the right arm underneath, controlling, and that's a foul.
It's kind of funny to me where Oscar kind of just rejected the high post, the high screen, and it kind of just bulldozed into the paint.
So far in the game, 0 for 3 in the field. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers. Lioneers as a team already have 9 to the Kings, who only have 5 so far. Simbular will take a seat for Loisa on this 2-second full court possession. Let's see how the Kings set up right now in a wide box as Ligon can't get it off in time. So down an import, down their starting guard. The Kings find themselves down by 4 while the Lioneers trying to extend their 6-game winning streak. Thanks for watching this game, folks. We'll go to halftime and our first break.
圈圈叉叉，我们这个游戏规则就跟圈圈叉叉一样，只是多加这个篮球版的。我们这一次非常荣幸与我们华美食品合作举行小美连线、小美极速连线的游戏。我们将会邀请4位幸运的球迷朋友们与我们一同同乐。2两一组进行 PK， 在球场的中间呢，我们会摆放9宫格，就是白色这个。好，然后以及2种不同华美食品品牌的牌子。那希望呢2位参赛者同时出发，并且进行上篮的动作，完成上篮就可以获得一张产品牌，然后放到格子里面，先连成一条的为获胜者。规则非常的简单啊，有任何不懂规则的话可以跟我询问。好，我再讲一次啊，这就像圈圈叉叉一样，2两一组，2个人各自出发上篮成功就可以得到一张牌，然后就像圈圈叉叉一样摆到你想放的位置，先连线成功获胜。好。好，我们的第一组对战组合，
我们第一组就由新美国李凯燕对上新竹工程师高国豪。
我们这个小凯燕对上小国豪。好，我们呢，请在3分线，哈，进行运球到篮。对，上篮，要上篮到篮下上篮哦。来，准备，3、2、1，出发。
那我们获胜者呢，会收到华美食品准备的小美云雾系雪糕1箱，好不好？而且我们会直接宅配到你家。
哎呦，非常聪明啊，我们的凯燕啊，选择了中间位置，漂亮的连线，然后赶快回来，赶快摆放位置啊！哎，阻挡，哎，小凯燕该回来了，不用思考啊！赶快，我们的小国豪也拿到了我们的一张牌。好，这个小国豪头发的部分可能还没那么像，不过没有关系。
如果平手的话，我们就是用罚球决胜负。
好，
看谁先投进谁就赢，好不好？
没问题。那照这个情况上来，就是
因为看起来就是一个平手的节奏。
好，非常可惜啊，我们的小国豪在用我们的小凯燕。那我们接下来呢，因为双方是平手的问题，所以我们要用在罚球线罚球。那我们双方请移动到左手边。好，双方猜拳，看谁先攻，剪刀石头布。
Various jerseys of the New Taipei Kings hung behind their bench on the stands. Welcome to the broadcast. We're on screen now is Aaron and Eddie on the Mandarin call. I'm Ryan Chen, joined by Kai Shu on this English broadcast of P.LEAGUE basketball. So far, it's been another close game between the Lioneers and the Kings. There we see the combined team statistics. Well, the Lioneers currently only have a 4 rebound advantage. Assists are about the same. Lioneers turning the basketball over a little bit more, and the Kings are the team that are best situated to take advantage of transitions. In fact, they convert 10% of their points in transition on turnovers as well.
Right, we see a lot of, botched layups, a lot of really close, but, ultimately missed shots. And, I have full confidence that the Kings will, they won't miss those shots again. And so far they have created a lot of really good looks for themselves from beyond the arc and even inside the paint. Just haven't really took advantage of those opportunities. And I think for the Lioneers, they haven't necessarily feed Bullard as but I think coming to the second half, we're gonna see more of the Bullard attacking the paint, trying to gain advantage and just demolish the Kings.
One thing they're doing pretty okay is not fouling too much, but we'll see how they go in the second half. As you know, the Lioneers will definitely kind of go more interior heavy. They do have Lioneers now back in the game, and he's definitely gonna try to pound a few fouls into the other players who might want to help on Sim Bular. That's it for the first segment of our halftime analysis. We'll be back after this break.
好，请4位参赛者到我们中间，我们来进行一个大合照。来，我们到这边。
那在这边呢，我们也特别邀请到我们中场的颁奖嘉宾，是我们华美食品行销经理，我们的陈嘉怡陈经理，大家掌声鼓励。好，有请到我们的中间。好的，非常感谢我们华美食品。好，也非常恭喜我们的4位参赛者。好，麻烦看我们前面的摄影师，来准备，3、2、1。好的，非常谢谢你们，也谢谢我们的陈经理。好，我们的几位朋友呢，麻烦到我们的工作人员那边，我们来做这个，等一下带你们去领奖品的动作。好，跟各位公布一下，刚刚我们第2节第1个得分，我们新北国王第1个得分的呢，是我们的世轩林世轩。那这边呢，预测世轩的人呢有福了啊！我们来看看谁可以获得我们的奖品呢？哦，这个 C3，这个是660吗？好，我们 C3660的杜龙同学啊，因为你预测我们单节首位的得分球员，恭喜你抽中我们传说对决价值新台币3290元的等值点券以及独家好礼，恭喜！那麻烦我们这个 C3660的杜龙同学，记得要去领你的奖品。如果不知道的话，可以去我们商品部找我们的工作人员。然后跟大家讲一下，我们今天的2楼解锁任务呢，非常的简单，只要我们新北国王比赛胜利的话，我们2楼餐饮凭票券，我们全品项。
Thanks for joining us on another English broadcast of Plus League Basketball. This is a rematch from last Sunday where the two teams went to overtime. So far in this one, Sim Bullard leading the field with 18 points, joined by Zhu Yunhao and Guo Shaojie, fellow starters who scored 11 points, each hitting three-pointers in the first half. Of course, Sim Bullard coming off a game where he played more than 50 minutes. In this one, his teammates haven't intentionally looked for him so much in this one. He's finished a lot of opportunities on the second chance or maybe off on a scramble situation. So far, 14 rebounds as well. Meanwhile, for the Kings side, their top scorer is Amigo Yang Jimi with 14 points, joined by DeAndre Liggins with 12, Quincy Davis with 10. Though, as we saw in the second quarter, the offense kind of got a little bit stagnant against the Lioneers zone, and they missed 12 of their three-point attempts, which is not going to be good enough to win the game.
That's right. And you're seeing all these usual contributors making plays.
Our breaks are almost over in the second half after this. Can you decipher the letters on Plus League Season 2 hats? Check them out at pleagueofficial.com/shop. As we mentioned, the Lioneers currently on a 6-game winning streak. And the biggest improvement we've seen is on the offensive end, where they average 109 points per game. On the season, 97 points per game. And they've already revealed their playoff slogan, Roar to Glory. The Mandarin is Meo Weisima, which roughly translates to not afraid of anything.
Right.
The Lioneers certainly have figured a lot of things out. And one thing we've noticed is they play a lot faster with some personnel changes. Unfortunately, Li Yue and Li Jiarui sustaining their injuries. But in their place, Zhou Yunhao, Guo Shaojie, and Xiao Suyi, 3 wing players who really help push the tempo and spread things out on the outside really well.
Absolutely. Having Jay and Zhou Yunhao on the starting lineup and actually having them clicking was one of the prime reasons why they were able to win 6 straight. Like you said, Zhou Yunhao and Guo Shaojie, greatly spread the floor and create a lot of spacing for guys like Gao Guohao to operate on top of the break. So, those 2 guys, the injury of Li Jiarui and Lin Yihui was kind of a blessing in disguise for the Lioneers. In fact, I wouldn't say it's blessing in disguise. It was a straight blessing for them. I think they kind of figured out, when they play 1 big and 4 small guys, they could still defend every corner on the floor. But, it's all about Bullard, honestly, and how to regulate his minutes, and stuff like that.
One last note about the Lioneers. Nick Faust also want to find his stroke as well. In the last 5 games, only game 66 has he scored 31 points. Other games below 15, so that could be a good sign or a bad sign. They don't need him to score and they continue to win, or maybe they can afford to have his hot shooting propel them to a win later. Meanwhile, on the Kings side, a 3rd game in a row without Thomas Welch, and we talked about before the game tipped off, they are 0-5. The only good news is they only lost 1 time on Saturday. That was last week to the Dreamers.
Right.
But previously, 8-0. Oscar missing the runner, in and out, and rebound to the Kings. They got their starting set, and it's going to be a starting set for the Lioneers. There's a good another early foul. Yang Xinzi picking on Zhou Yunhao.
And great recognition right there from Venti. Upon seeing the mismatch from Yang Xinzi, giving him the straight entry pass, picking up a good foul.
Not a great foul by Zhou Yunhao. He immediately engaged in the arm hook.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just straight up contesting. Amigo picking up the dribble. Ligon trying to put the moves on Faust. Gives it up. Hsinchu mixing the first and had that one blocked. Down the lane, Nick Faust able to take in the contact and finish at the rim. Like we mentioned, blew some layups in the first half. Good start to the second half. Amigo on the double pin. Venti lost the dribble. Quincy Davis left to shoot the off-footed 3. Nick Faust lost the handle, got it back. He's in their man defense, have Amigo on Oscar now. Solid turnaround short. Both teams struggling in the half court as Yunhao poked it out of bounds. Couple minutes in, only a Nick Faust layup as Ligon steps on the baseline. It's going to be his 3rd turnover on the game.
Liggins, despite grabbing 8 boards, pass 4 assists, and have 12 points, has greatly struggled this game. And I think a huge part of that is they just took away his perimeter game. Stay close to him, does not let him take a shot off.
Yunhao buries the 3. Easy driving kick between him and Gao Guohao.
and Julian Ha has slowly becoming one of the most lethal shooter in the league right now. If you give him a sliver of opening, he's gonna make you pay.
Now Nick Faust puts on the dribble moves and misses with the 2. Salja in the scramble. He's got the miss, and Quincy Davis able to hold off on Sim Bular. Call for travel. After that work, Yang Xingzi is going to come out. Behind 3 turnovers to start this 3rd quarter. Venti's 3, no good. Faust to the rim, count it. That time lulling the Kings asleep as they kind of anticipated Sim Bular to jump back in the picture and a little later.
Right.
DeAndre Liggins foul from behind, and the Lioneers now with an 11-point lead, just like that.
Right, despite Faust being an absolute important piece for this Lioneers squad, they're less dependable on him than they were a couple months ago. A couple months ago, they need Faust and Bular to score, you know, maybe 70 and combined to be able to win a game. Now they don't need that anymore.
JJ steps out for a 3 to miss. Quincy Davis with another offensive board. Nick Faust lost an amigo and makes him pay for it. Try to leak out on the fast break, and Quincy Davis assists to Amigo. It's only the first points for the Kings, excuse me, as Quincy Davis. JJ in transition from the other side, bouncing out. Now the other way, Nick Faust, 2分最可爱, lays it in for 2. And there's a timeout by the Kings. That's an early break for us as the second half is underway. That's a 9-3 run by the Lioneers to get things started off in the second half. Of course, the Kings got to try to take first place or hold on to first place here, but they also have the Steelers in tomorrow's game, so having a pretty bad timing for their consecutive home back-to-backs with Thomas Welsh presumably not available. He was stretching before the game, so it's not quite a season-ending injury for the big man from California.
Right, and as the Kings have already secured their playoff spot, it's really beneficial for them to try out, you know, every player. See if guys like Sushi, guys like Steve, Chen, see if those guys can contribute in the playoffs.
Lioneers come out with their starters. Kings with the 5 players they went to timeout with. They think they have an advantage being a little smaller with JJ in there instead of Hsinchu. Amigo foot on the line, buries the 2, and Coach Greg immediately communicating the mistake that the defense just made.
Yep, you should not and you cannot go over against Amigo. He's too good of a shooter to let you do him like that.
Liggins jumps in front of the pass as Lioneers will overlap in a quick 4-0 run.
Yeah, great anticipation by Liggins. Reading that passing lane really well. And got a quick fast break and easy 2 points.
Oscar, best 3-point shooter of the Lioneers, hits the 3. His first field goal of the game.
Yeah, about time.
Definitely hard for fans to imagine last year's Oscar now leading the Lioneers in 3-point shooting. Guarding the basketball as the Kings swing it. Lioneers fans quite loud. Liggins beating the clock. And long rebound, bounced around finally to Liggins. They're gonna call a foul on Oscar after the catch. So for Oscar, 3 personal fouls already. Saw the extra shove there.
And that was just unnecessary. Like, what do you intend to do with those kind of, never mind.
Well, Liggins, 3, bouncing short. Full-arch drag screen. Oscar finally takes it. Layup made. That time with a lefty finger roll. Although he and Bullard have these eyes like it could have been an assist. Meanwhile, Liggins scores at the basket too easy. Now their lead is 9. As Nick Faust goes back door and lays it in. Trying to find the space. Amigo left alone at the elbow. Short with that jump shot. So much for not leaving the best scorer open. Kind of psyching out there.
Yeah, you kind of get a feeling that the Kings are trying to prevent outside scoring. And by doing so, they're giving it... Oh, man.
2 in a row for number 4, Oscar Galguohao. Then some of his teammates flying there on the bench.
I was just about to say they give up a lot of cutting for the Lioneers. But that was a beautiful 3 from Oscar.
Lioneers matching up good until Liggins missing with that 3. In and out, Quincy Davis gets it back. Amigo will try, and it's still no good. Another rebound by Q. Venti with a shot. Finally, Lioneers secure the rebound.
The Kings can make a 3 to save their lives.
Already got 14 offensive rebounds, but only 9 made 3s out of 37. Sim with the left hand, no. And with 2 hands, though, can't get it done.
It's just comical how unmatched this man is in Plus League.
Davis to Amigo. To the corner. Got it. That's kind of a broken play for the first maybe 12 seconds of it, but a simple execution in the corner brings Amigo's total to 22 points.
Yeah, and that shot was sorely needed for the Kings.
Nick Faust, no answer. And Liggins kind of butterfingers there. Kind of anticipated JJ to go to the third floor to dunk that one.
And you can see Amigo is visibly frustrated. And I think they're with good reasons to it, right? You know, he's been carrying this offense so far, but you know, the other guys just couldn't figure out how to make a shot, and that's really unfortunate for them.
KJ is guarding Oscar in for Venti. Sim post up, missing the early one. Sajia, all the time in the world. Another one.
And this is really tragic for the Kings.
KJ's corner three is an answer. Nick Faust from way downtown leaves it short. Lioneers get their hands on it. It's a 2-on-1. Nick Faust able to finish. Another transition turnover by the Kings. So far in this quarter, have already committed 4 turnovers. David to Amigo, hits another. In this third quarter, Amigo's got 11 points already. On the other side is Nick Faust with 5 2-pointers. Guyen Hall takes the pass, and there's Sim Bular, the easy two-handed dunk.
You know, I kind of like how the Lioneers are defending the Kings. They know that Liggins is their primary ball handler.
He gets the foul.
And that most of the time, Liggins will be on top of the break. So they have Oscar just permanently just camping there. Because since he's such a good on-ball defender and such good at reading passing lanes, you know, but that height disadvantage is there. And Liggins hunting down that height disadvantage and that previous possession was gold. But he needs to make that shot more often, you know, to really be having him more effective on the court.
Xiao Li will come back onto the floor. His minutes played high this season is 15. Liggins misses with the first free throw. So far in the game, 3 for 5. And on the season, DeAndre Liggins only a 67% free throw shooter. He'll get subbed out by Steve-O now. With about a minute left, Lioneers leading this quarter 28-19. Getting Faust double screen. Oscar lost it on the way to the hoop. 4-on-3 by the Kings. Amigo can finish. His point total now sitting at 27. Leading the entire field at Sim Bular. The other way gets the 2, and there's Omar running down the floor. Steve with a Xiao Li to Omar, erased by Sim Bular. You have 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Really difficult to prep for that in practice.
Yeah, and I want to give a little credit to Omar. You know, he's gaining a little more confidence, more and more by now.
Amigo, time running out. Shoots into Guyen Hall's face. Rolls out. Last possession for the Lioneers this quarter. They're setting up a Spain pick and roll. Well, our deep positioning gets the lay-in. And that's how the quarter will end, with the Lioneers now up by 15 as we head to the final frame. An exhausted Kings team has got to get another one tomorrow.
杨敬敏，我们来看看第3节的预言家会是谁呢？好的。好的，恭喜呢这位朋友获得我们传说对决新台币329的1元等值点券，独家好礼是我们 A3 之3 F 之19的这位朋友，恭喜你获得我们新台币3290元等值点券。那如果呢你要领取我们的奖品，麻烦到我们的商品部找我们的工作人员集合。再讲一次 ，A3 之3 F 之19的这位朋友，恭喜你！大家把我们的荧幕往上看我们的大荧幕，恭喜你啊！向我们的电视挥个手。
来了 ，OK， 提倡一下一个 high five。我们把
头抬起来，别再玩手机，就是你，没错，挥个手好吗 ？Hello， 好，女朋友看起来愁眉苦脸的感觉，有什么心事啊？
来 high five 一下，可以跟着朋友一起 high
five。Hello。The Plus League fan votes are scheduled to begin soon. Make sure you follow us on social media to vote early and often for maybe your favorite cheerleader squad, or maybe your favorite home court, or Mr. Congeniality. All that and more only when you follow Plus League Counts P.LEAGUE pretty much everywhere. Despite being on the road, the Lioneers have a pretty strong road crowd right now behind their bench in support of the team. Trying to climb to #1 in the league. We're going to start the 4th quarter out with Lioneers playing the center position. Meanwhile, the Kings have Amigo as the only starter out there, along with 4 subs. And there is Lioneers. Early foul as soon as he's in for his 2nd stint. He went for the basketball, but ran in the way of KJ. Former teammate Xiaoli dribbling on Oscar, getting the elbow jumper. Well, at least the elbow opportunity. Now on the foul stripe, KJ commits the foul. And just like that, Mason Lianfeng will take Amigo's place. We'll see if he's done for the night.
You know, I'm surprised to see Mason getting playing minutes so late into the game.
As in coming in for the first time, or getting the minutes at all?
Yeah, getting the minutes. You know, because he's been kind of a huge part of their defense. You know, his tenacity, you know, against the imports. And, you know, he's kind of a versatile player.
Nick Faust leaves it behind, and the UVA steals leader in KJ adds one to his total. Steve-O misses the 3. Kings get a scramble for a rebound. So if there's one thing that the Lioneers can look at the tape and make a fix on, is Kings right now with 16 offensive rebounds as Steve-O nails the 3 and the harm. Foul going to be on Lioneers. Kind of an up and down return to action for number 36.
See, and that's what you need to do as a shooter. You know, when you're a shooter on the team, this is the kind of situation where you need to rise up and prove your worth. And Steve-O slowly showing us what he's capable of during the preseason.
His first points of the game, now his total's up to 4. 4 and set for the Lioneers. As Lioneers is patient with it and lays it in for 2. Assist to Nick Faust. Omar, nice pass by KJ, and another and one at the basket. Former teammates in college showing off their connection.
And you love to see it.
Hong Kai-Jie on the season only averages 1.6 assists per game, but his per 36 numbers climb up to 2.5, and he's always capable of making those quick passes as Nick Faust misses from the outside. He's kind of right now de facto running the point.
With a no look, no less.
Missed by Steve-O. He's kind of have a disappointing season himself. 23% from the perimeter. Though he is a 78% free throw shooter, as Guo Shaojie continues his hot shooting. Buries another one.
And what a difference it makes when you have a high-scoring wing on your team, like Jay.
A steal by Ryan, blocked by Li Yun. Nick Faust can't finish at the rim. Can't get lucky as Lioneers called for the blocking foul. He tried his best, but he can't keep up with the much quicker Hong Kai-Jie. Can we get another replay of that play? First the lazy pass.
Yep.
What the block shot in transition.
Yeah, that was really impressive. But also really predictable, kind of.
I don't know. That's the first block of the season for Lioneers.
No, yeah, that was pretty impressive by him.
Meanwhile, our loose ball is going to be a turnover on KJ. Right away, DeAndre Liggins takes his place on the court. So the lead right now is 14. Oscar picked up the dribble. Nick Faust missing again. He's so close with a lot of these shots. And hey, maybe he's almost there, finding the rhythm and finding his groove. Liggins leaves it for Omar. Might have came away with a travel.
Yep.
I think the referees say he didn't have possession secured in his 2 hands. And now a foul. I think it's going to get called on Shaoli. Tangled up with Lioneers. Certainly a tough one to take, but understandable as the Lioneers get Simbular in the game. They feel a little threatened, Kai. They're only leading by 12.
Yeah. But, I mean, despite Lioneers still having a large lead, you know, without Bullard, like you said, you know, they were getting obliterated in the paint by Omar Yang. And there's no disrespect to him, but the importance of Bullard is just so important for the team. And this is a game that may decide who gets the first and second seed. So, you know, having Bular out there is absolutely prominent.
Liggins with his 10th rebound of the game. That pass intercepted. Xiao Sun-yi now leading the 3-on-3. Got away with the travel maybe. As Su Yunhao, the intended target, but the ball poked out of bounds. There's a little bit of doing too much.
Right.
Might have got it away. Quincy Davis in against Sim. Liggins jumps over and steals it from Ryan. One man to beat, blows the layup. Oscar was there for the help. And not a stat that I love to keep, and I really hope no one enforces me, but blown layups. Seen that a lot last year.
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, we've seen a number this year. Behind the head, Sim repost. Gonna get the foul call.
You know, if I have $1 every time a player smokes a layup, an open layup, you know, I'll be rich enough to get myself a meal. That's not much, but you know, that's still kind of a lot.
Not much, but kind of a lot. Let me write that down.
Quote of the day.
Sim now at the line. Missing with the first. He's only taken 6 free throws in this one after in their famous last head-to-head taking 22 free throws, hitting 16 of them.
Right, and I think that has to do with Lioneers not really force feeding him the ball and just kind of like let the game play out by itself.
Well, the 3-point leader of the Plus League just missed there, Quincy Davis. I think it's only his 3rd 3-point attempt of the game. I thought he had even fewer. Step back from Su Yunhao. Leaves it short. Now with pace, DeAndre Liggins had that one wiped. Fell down earlier, and Ryan able to finish at the other end. Davis with the push shot, the miss. Under 6.5 to go. Oscar fires from 3. That was a close miss, and Xiao Sun-yi missing his putback.
Are you kidding me?
Liggins missing another one. Then he getting the putback. So I guess in frustration, thinking about that shooting percentage.
Yeah, that was incredible to watch.
Liggins right now with 19 points, second on the team to, of course, Amigo. As Sim Bular and Quincy Davis continue to battle it out down low. Another good spin move. Xiaoli leaves it short at the rim. I don't know if you count that one quite as a blown layup, but he made that one before. Venti swirls out the 3. And in this game, a 1 for 9 3-point shooting. And not having Lee Kai-in's made a huge difference in this one.
Oh, for sure. You can just tell from their offense, it's not as smooth as it was before.
Meanwhile, Ryan gets the triple bouncing in. Right now, all good vibes on the Lioneer side as they've reached the century mark. Back to a 15-point lead over the Kings. There's a timeout on the floor. Now, one thing that we definitely need to compliment the Lioneers is their import availability. We'll bring that up after this break.
wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too.
Quiz！ 感谢我们新北广岛的最漂亮的 Quiz。
Go directly to Amigo. Go set this one and follow. Pull behind, Venti pop. Q, mix up your pops, all right? You're gonna be wide open at the top. You guys gotta move it quick.
CEO of the league, Charles Chen, has made it all the way to Hsinchu after taking in parts of the Dreamers Braves games down in Taipei. The drive is what, about an hour and a half? If you drove, but if you take the high-speed rail, maybe as quick as 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we were going to talk about before the break is the Lioneers, the only team so far to have both their imports for every game played. On the other side, the Kings, this will be the 9th game where they don't have a full complement of 2 imports. And in fact, they had 2 games, no Thomas Wolf, no any imports.
Right, and it's incredible to think about when you think about how they accumulated so many technical fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, before that, Xiao Sui with another 2-handed slam, so we're gonna have to ask the boss if he gets another pair of sneakers.
Oh, for sure. And Xiao Sui, we talked about his effort on the defensive end when he comes onto the court is infectious, and there's a reason why Coach Greg has been playing him. He might not be an offensive juggernaut, but he does, he does his due on a defensive end.
Now Saojie showing off the shooting touch, gets one off the bounce. Right now the Kings with their starting caliber squad out there, facing a run by the Lioneers as Tianhao fouls on the closeout. Well, there could be a number of reasons why a team's imports might be missing as we get another look at Xiao Sui. Fearless going to the rim.
That was effortless.
We've certainly had a number of later arriving imports, especially for the Kings and the Steelers as new companies. Gotta take a longer process at the Department of Labor or the CDC.
That's right.
Of course, injuries played a part. The suspensions, which you kind of touched on. Bennett suspended for 6 special fouls. Michael Singletary, same thing. Devin Robinson with his foul against Ryan. Suspended for a game. So in some ways you got to be lucky, but in some ways you got to have good planning like the Lioneers had so far this season.
That's true, though.
One last note about that. Last season, in 6 games, did the team have to play with 1 import. Then Bullard gets the finish. I think Tianhao is going to get the assist for that one. This season, already 17 occasions, including today from the Braves. That's in 72 games. Quincy Davis misses the mid-range. Tianhao and Oscar sharing floor time. Tianhao 3, strong. And another foul on Liggins' drive.
Ooh, not a great showing for Tianhao right there. First missing the shot and then commit an unnecessary foul. We know what Tianhao can do, right? He dished out 10 assists last game. He's a great facilitator, probably one of the best pure point guard we have in Plus League right now. But, he still got a lot of room to improve. His tone down that turnover numbers, improve his outside shooting. To me, that's the most imperative thing for him if he wants to be a starter in this league in the future.
Kind of interesting how the Lioneers fans bringing out the overrated chant for DeAndre Liggins, which is an interesting thing to be yelling out.
Overrated By whom, though? That's my question.
I think just them. Literally just those 50 people over there. Guo putting on the fancy moves, but had that one stripped. And Sushi throws it away. Bular instructing Salji to take it slow, but Salji not listening to him, trying to get that assist number up.
Well, he still got it. Just, you know, for Bular, he's got
Amigo 3, and Quincy Davis showing off the hops with another putback dunk. Well, it's not been a competitive game, maybe halfway through the third quarter, but certainly got our share of highlights. Quincy Davis putbacks. We got Simbular, of course.
Yeah.
Xiao Sui's got his two-handed dunk.
You know, when you're facing a guy like Simbular, who's, like I said, I've said it 3 times, he's unguardable, and you're without Thomas Welsh, it's almost impossible fight to win against.
Liggins getting the fancy reverse. And under 2 minutes, we'll get a substitution for Lioneers, taking Simbular's place, and Song Yuxin, number 5, is checking in for the first time, in for Oscar. On the other side, Liggins will go down for number 3, Steven Chen Jingnan. Now with that last score, Simbular has reached 30 points and 21 rebounds. He's already had 10 games heading into this one, 2020.
Oh my.
Or better, and 3 of those are 30-30s. With speed, Tian Hao gives it up. Xiao Sui can't get the tough fadeaway. So a chance for 2 rookies to play together, but Xiao Li ends up missing the 3. Kind of ruining my bit there about letting the kids show off a little bit. Getting the Spain pick and roll, pops out for another 3 and another miss. He did improve his shooting percentages, but gonna be empty on this couple trips. But Song Yuxin fights his way for an easy 2.
It's a good play from Leon. And you know, I really like his game. He's a solid player with a really decent mid-ranger.
Another miss by number 7. Got a couple possessions left in this game. Xiao Li blocked. This time not committing the offhand foul, as the Lioneers will just dribble this one out. So that's a second season record tying 7 straight wins for the Lioneers, and their climb to first place, that's right, has succeeded. They haven't been in first place or have a piece of first place since week 6. We are currently in week 19 of the Plus League season. And of course, 7 straight wins is on your screen, a new team record. Previously had a high of 3 straight wins, right, in that first season toward the end of the regular season. Well, maybe the Kings put together a pretty decent first half, but we'll drop this one and it will be 3 straight home losses for the team in yellow. And right now, we're trying to get Guo Shaojie in front of the camera for this post-game coverage. Overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lioneers score in double digits.
Right.
And maybe most importantly, maybe Oscar getting up to 11 points after the cold start he had, but taking advantage of maybe some substitutes for the Kings, and of course being in control. And Guo Shaojie is our player interviewed in the post game. asked about
因为上礼拜打
getting his shots early in this one.
重点都是在布朗那边，可能他一接球可能就2-3个就包夹，那这样我们外线就会有很好的投篮机会，所以就是把握机会投进这样。
Sajid saying that they knew the Kings would double Bular, so they knew their perimeter shooters would get the chance. Now asked about how their players, their locals, helped Sim Bular.
然后，因为我们也觉得就是要分担他的体能吧，对啊，就是本土还是要适时要跳出来，让他调节一下体能，不要让他这么累这样。对。
The main thing that Gosal just shared is
对，不
the locals saying that they need to save Bular's
都会叫，对对。
fatigue and his strength.
嗨。
Now asked about the Lioneers taking first place. And give us a little bit of a preview of how they'll take on the last few weeks of the season.
我们一定会继续保持下去嘛，然后就是慢慢达到目标这样子，然后相信我们自己可以继续连胜下去这样子。对。
So Sajid saying
谢谢。
they're not done yet, and they want to in fact continue their winning streak. So thanks for Sajid joining us. We'll go to a last break before wrapping things up from Hsinchu. The Lioneers continue their winning streak and have now climbed to the top of the Plus League standings, defeating previously #1, the new Taipei Kings, for the second time in 2 weeks. There's the combined team statistics where right now on paper it was just a 10 rebound difference, but Lioneers also played better defense against the Kings, who kind of curiously enough to me, Kai, it seems like they were kind of saving their effort. They didn't even commit that many fouls.
Yeah, that's right. After, I would say, last game's massacre from Bular, you know, I feel like the Kings have kind of learned their lesson not to like roughen up Bular too much early on in the game.
That's true. We did talk about the Quincy Davis foul that was not called.
Right, because they know it will backfire. And so they left, you know, they tried to stay home to a lot of their perimeter players and, you know, corner shooters, but Lioneers are so good at finding open shots.
So with the 2 results for today, in fact, there's actually a few changes. The Lioneers, that we mentioned, climbed to first place, and the Dreamers have now leapfrogged the Braves into 3rd place. Of course, the difference is just in the percentages. Meanwhile, the Lioneers at 16-9 are looking strong. Well, tomorrow the Kings play again. They'll be taking on the Kaohsiung Steelers here once again at 5 p.m. Xinzhuang Stadium, while the Dreamers will play the Pilots. Last time they played was just with one import, so there's still interesting storylines left. And of course, the matter of the 1 through 4 seeding. So on behalf of Kai, on Aaron and Eddie, 6 teams in the league, and the league office itself, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.